Hi, this is Sex Ed Weekly here. This is actually my second take because my mom called in the first one. Oops. Ignore the towel. I just dyed my hair and got out of the shower. My shower looks like I killed a Muppet. But so first lesson, yay! So our first lesson is gonna be just on like the basics of puberty. So both sexes, not like the similarities between both sexes, not individual sexes. That will come later this week or next week. Depends on how much time I have. But so, what is puberty? Puberty, in its simplest definition, is when a child's body transitions into an adult body in order for the body to be able to reproduce. If you want to, you don't have to have kids, or you can have a bunch of kids. Your choice. Your body, your choice. So puberty basically begins between the ages of 10 and 13 years old, but can start earlier or later depending on a bunch of different factors, such as exercise, which can delay puberty if you exercise, or one that's actually becoming a problem in American youth, obesity, because that would actually bring on puberty, especially in girls. And according to my doctor, it's like actually driving our puberty rate lower, but I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't actually done research on it. But I mean, he's my doctor. He's my doctor. He's probably right. And then nutrition. So if you get good nutrition, you're gonna start earlier than somebody who gets poor nutrition. Logically. Unless you're getting bad nutrition that makes you obese. So it's important to keep healthy before, during, and after puberty, and just throughout your entire life. So eat healthy, exercise if you want to, that's your choice, and take medicine if you get sick, and go to your doctor. Go to your doctor. Besides those factors, there are a couple of other ones, like in young females, it's been shown that young females who spend more time around and adult males tend to hit puberty earlier than ones who don't. And then race is also a factor. It's been shown that people who are of African background start puberty earlier, and then people who are of Asian descent start puberty like latest. And there are also like genetic factors that can delay or even prevent puberty, such as Turner syndrome. Yay for high school biology. So just keep in mind that there is no set date of when you're actually going to start puberty, or actually even if you will at all. You could be early, you could be right on time, or you could be late. So just because your friends have all started puberty doesn't mean you should have started puberty, or just because you're starting puberty doesn't mean all your friends should be starting puberty. There's nothing wrong with your body. You will start puberty when it's your time. So there's nothing wrong with you. Unless you're like getting into your 20s, like getting closer towards the end of your teens, then you might want to you should go talk to your doctor, because then there actually might be something wrong with you. So basically puberty, similarities between the sexes, because they're like, of course we all know, or I hope we all know, that males and females end up being different after puberty, but there are like a lot of similarities. And so one of the similarities is hair. Oh yay, more hair. Both males and females start to produce more hair, underarms, genital region, so people tell you, oh yeah, your hair gets darker. It's not that it gets darker necessarily, it's that it just grows more quickly, especially if you shave actually, and becomes thicker and coarser. And that's because when it grows, the end is going to be the part that's growing out of you is going to be thicker and coarser than the little bit that was there before. And then when you shave it, you're starting from a newer bit. But I mean, it's not like your hair is like going to end up being like an inch thick and like this coarse thing that's like a cat tongue. That's not going to happen. There are also like several, and male bodies actually also begin to grow like facial hair, and there are actually several conditions such as like glandular problems or obesity that can cause women to grow facial hair. And one of the and there's also women growing male patterned hair, and let's see, what is that called? I have it in here somewhere. It starts with an H. Here Suism, I'm really bad with pronunciation. So I will write it under the video. I'll write it under the video, and you can yell at me for poor pronunciation later. And then males can also grow chest and back hair, or hair like between your fingers, or hair on your feet, so we can become hobbits. That would actually be really fun. But so, ever hear of acne? Quick transition. Yeah, acne, the glorious stuff on my forehead, on my face. Yay. Acne is something that's common between the sexes. Though it's actually shown that women can actually have more acne because of estrogen. So yay for being female. Acne is caused by an increased production of certain hormones, particularly estrogen in females. And so acne can actually continue on past like when you supposedly stop puberty. How long acne lasts can vary from individual to individual, but usually it tends to go away by the time you're in your mid-20s, regardless of your sex. Though it can actually surprisingly last into your 40s, and that can be completely natural. Though if you still have acne in your late 20s, early 30s, I would suggest going to a doctor, because it could be a sign that you have something else, or what you think is acne might be something like eczema. Which actually, unlike acne, you can give to somebody else. Like my mom has eczema, and I have to be careful not to touch her when she has like an outbreak, or else I might get it. So once acne begins, it's very important to wash your face once or twice a day. Actually probably use moisturizers if you have dry skin, because sometimes having acne can dry out your skin. Depending on the severity of your acne, you might be able to just use a face wash from the grocery store, or you might have to get something prescribed by a doctor. So those treatments can include like creams, or if that doesn't work, oral pills. I use cream. So don't shirk from your face cleaning. Not only does it cleans out the dirt and dead skin clogged in your pores, but it also gets rid of the oil, which is partly a cause of acne. But always consult a doctor first, because, I mean, one, you personally probably won't know, can I use just this over-the-counter stuff, or am I going to have to use something stronger? Because for all you know, you might have to use something stronger. Especially if your acne is genetically worse, then you're going to need something stronger. And also, some people have naturally more oily skin even before they start puberty, and so you're going to need something different than the over-the-counter stuff. You're going to need, prescribed stuff and everything. So, go talk to your doctor first. Other similarities include, the maturation of the voice, because, yes, females, your voice does change. It doesn't necessarily get deeper like guys, but it does change. Mine actually went up in pitch, which is irritating because now I sound like a demented chipmunk. Then growth spurts, or lack thereof. And then possible onset of mental disorders and increased awareness of your sexuality and romantic attractions. Though you may not feel sexual or romantic attraction to anyone, or just a certain set of people, and that's perfectly normal. If you don't feel sexual or romantic attraction, there is nothing wrong with you. I promise you there's nothing wrong with you. It's completely normal. It's completely normal. So just because all your friends are like, ooh, he's hot, yada, 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 or ooh, she's hot, or ooh, they're hot, and you're like, meh, does not mean there's something wrong with you. You're fine. You're beautiful. So when you hit on another note, when you hit puberty, you might find yourself needing to use deodorant. Ew, body odor. This is because then body odor is completely natural. But the reason why is because both sexes experience an increase in androgens or androgenic hormones. And androgens are a really big subgrouping of a bunch of different hormones, including like testosterone and then estrogen, because all estrogens come from testosterone. Is that right? Yeah. So these androgens, they can change the fatty tissues in sweat, so it changes their composition, and thus cause a change in how sweat smells, in other words, making it smell worse. And so androgens are basically responsible for the majority of changes that you see in puberty. Actually, I think they're responsible for all of them. I'm not going to go into the nitty-gritty of androgens because we'd be here for another 11 minutes. At least. So if you have any specific questions on androgens, just drop them in the ask box. And actually, that basically concludes this lesson on the similarities. So look for something later this week or next week on specifically male and then specifically female changes during puberty. And then also we're going to do a special one on intersex, or two, because that's a really huge thing to cover, because some intersex people will go through puberty and then some won't. So just look for more videos later this week. And there's also a text post if you just don't want to listen to me talk for 12 minutes. But yay! First lesson. Go out there and be smart. And enjoy puberty if that's even possible. Sex Ed Weekly, signing off.